Good morning, everyone. It's time for a Sunday sermon. Each week, we try to bring you the words of a Holy Spirit that we channel live for you. I always enjoy Sundays because we get a lot of variety in the different wonderful souls that we channel. But they always pretty much give the same message because there is only one truthful message about God and about Jesus. So this morning, we're blessed to have Matthew. Matthew was one of his faithful disciples, served him well in life. So, Matthew, let us begin. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I truly was one of the ones that were chosen to be close to Jesus when he walked the earth. It was an incredible honor for my soul, but I had served God many times before on many different planets, and those of us that were selected, the souls of us that were selected by God to be with him when he reincarnated, it was an incredible honor. To be with Jesus was absolute. It was something I cannot describe. You've heard others, my compatriots that were also close disciples. You heard their messages. And yes, we always say the same thing. There's no way that we could describe what it was like to be with Jesus. He was the most incredible individual. We all had human flaws. I was a tax collector. I did terrible things. I collected from the poor. I took money from people that could not afford to give it because they needed it to support their families. But I did what I thought I was supposed to be doing to gain power with the Romans. Many people do what they think they need to do to gain power today. They mistreat people, take money that should not be taken, treat violence, send their individuals that are in their countries to war to have them killed, to be maimed, to have their lives destroyed. Each time a soldier is killed, the entire family suffers. They have taken away a loved one from a family. Today, there are millions of people who are members of families of soldiers that are being killed on both sides. Why is this taking place? Because there is a single individual whose ego feels that he needs to have great powers. It hasn't quite dawned on him yet that his life will soon come to an end and he will come home to heaven. And when he does, all the actions that he did, he's going to have to repay for. He's going to be sent to the lowest level, and it's not going to be pleasant down there. He'll have thousands of years of your years to contemplate what he did. It may not dawn on him while he's walking the earth, the terrible price that his soul was going to pay. You see, what is most important is your soul. Your human body is temporary. This is just something that has been given to house your soul. As your soul tries to follow its life plan, as its soul does things that will either help it in heaven or hinder it in heaven when it returns. You hear all the time that human lifetimes are very short. Some of us had short lifetimes, and when we walked with Jesus, we knew what the risks were. We knew we were taking chances with the Romans when we spoke against their gods. We alienated many people. Today, Barry speaks words of truth, and he alienates many people as well. Sometimes you'll see them come through and they'll tell him that he's not speaking the truth, that is blasphemy, that he is speaking words of hatred. But he's not. If you listen to our messages, all of the ones, the hundreds that he has done, you will never hear one word of hatred because we don't hate. We follow God's commands. When we were on the heaven side, which I've been for now a long period of time, I still try to serve. because in my life, I gained a certain amount of fame. People now still remember my name. You're still listening to my words thousands of years after I lived my life. That's because the gospel was named after me. Did I write that entire gospel? No, absolutely not. Others wrote it, others contributed to it. I took some notes, but I did not write down every word that our Lord spoke. I wish that I had, because then his words would be truly reflected. Today, his words are very distorted. The Catholic Church thought through the years that the words our Lord spoke had to be much more complicated than what they were hearing. So they had their scribes do their bidding and rewrite much of the wording. Sometimes the intent was the same, sometimes it changed. Whenever you complicate the words of God, you're changing his words. God spoke, Jesus spoke in very simple words. He told people that they had to live good lives and that they would join him in heaven. What could be more simple than that? You know what it is. You know what a good life is. All of you do. Those of you that take time to listen especially know what a good life is. You all know what it is to help others. You know what it is to serve God. But there are billions of people out there that do not. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be a member of the Christian faith. All souls are going to heaven, and you can be a member of any faith you want. You can call God anything you wish. You can call him Allah, any name, the Spirit, the source. But as long as you understand that there is only one source, one God, one energy, then you have the greatest knowledge that you ever need for your life. The fact that God truly exists, and that is a fact. Many people will even argue that they cannot be a God because they can't touch him or feel him or hear him. Well, you're here. You hear the words of God when Barry brings it to you on Wednesday mornings or on these other shows. He just spoke to you about faith on Friday night. It was a wonderful message. If you took time to listen, you learned. Because prayer is something that everyone must do. That's how you communicate with us on this side. When you don't pray, we know that you probably don't believe. And if we gave you information, you probably wouldn't recognize it and you probably wouldn't follow it. But believers in God pray. They open their hearts. They speak to us on this side. Many people pray to me. I'm not sure why. Why would you pray to a tax collector? But they do. And I try to answer them because I am a servant of God. When I was a tax collector, I didn't think I was a servant of God. I thought there were many gods. But then I met Jesus and my whole life changed. I knew that this man was so special that I wanted to follow him. When I heard his words, I knew I wanted to repeat his words. I knew that I was hearing the truth. The Romans and their idols was not the truth. There was nothing true about them. There is no God of war, there's no God of love, or God of whatever you want it to be. The Romans would proclaim their emperors gods because they used the word so loosely. Jesus said that he was the Son of God because, as you know, he did not want to be confused with the Roman gods of the time. But he truly was. On the day that he died on the cross, we were so grief-stricken, we could not even talk. We cried, we sobbed all day. We thought that our lives had ended. But then Mary came to us and told us she had seen him resurrected. She had seen his body. She had once again heard his voice. And we knew then that this person that we knew was so very special. It was only then that we truly understood what he was telling us. He said that he would return, and he did. We got to see him. We got to touch him. We got to hold him one more time. And he told us, he said, when I leave you next, I am returning to my home in heaven. We knew that every word that he had ever spoken was the absolute truth because he proved it to us. He may not be able to prove it to you because he chooses not to. He wants you to rely on your faith. Faith is the key. Faith is the foundation of all things. Faith leads you to God. There's no other path. Once you know the path to God, he will help you light that path for the rest of your life. We will come to you, we'll give you guidance, we'll do all of the things that need to be done to assure that you are not driven from that path. Today, there are many, many obstacles, many ways that you can be driven from your path to God. There are many people that speak against him today. There are many people in government positions, governors of states that are atheists. They truly do not believe there is a God, and they will try to stop Christians from leading the lives that they want to lead. The United States was founded on a foundation of faith. Religious liberty is one of the key things that helped the founding fathers do what they did. They founded the greatest community, the greatest nation that has ever lived. But today, the very roots of this nation are being shaken by the atheists. They are blocking religious freedom. Christians are being persecuted throughout the world today. Other religions are being persecuted as well. Any religion that persecutes another religion is creating a karma that will be very, very dangerous when they return. All people should have the right to go to the religions of their choices. Freedom of choice in religion is incredibly important. You need to be able to select how you want to worship God. Those of you who are listening today are making that selection, and you're doing it in the privacy of your home. But ask yourself what would happen if you went into these states that are being controlled by atheists and you wanted to speak of God in the way you want to speak of him. You know the truth of God. Many don't. There are many people that have fallen for the propaganda that many of the churches have brought to you. They've lied to you. They've told you there's a hell. There is no hell. That is a basic thing of fear. Churches have done this throughout time because they are trying to drive people to the sacraments of their churches rather than driving them truly to God. When you speak that that church or religion or organization or whatever you want to call it is the only path to heaven, they are absolutely lying to you. Your soul is going to heaven. How you live your life controls how your soul will be greeted. Those of you that are listening, you're going out of your way to do your best, but many don't. Many go out of their way to draw people away from God, and they will truly understand when they return to heaven what they have done wrong. You came as a human in order to gain stature in heaven. The realms of heaven are incredible. Nobody has been able to describe it to you because they are indescribable to humans. Only when you arrive do you understand the true grandeur, the true dimension, all of the things that take place in heaven. But you have to die to do this. So what happens before you die? Prepare your soul for going on your journey home. Listening to the words of God is the first step. Understanding the truth of the words, that's the second step. But all of those steps are built on that foundation of God, that foundation of faith on which we speak every week, every time you hear words. We do not tell you lies. We tell you the absolute truth. And I am speaking the absolute truth once again today to you. The absolute truth also sadly is that it's hard to pass on the truth. It's much easier to pass on lies because lies are often what people want to hear. They don't want to hear the truth because the truth can be very complicated, can be difficult, but it is always the truth. The truth is always the path to light, to knowledge. When you believe lies, you're being misled. Governments mislead you. News, social media. There are so many ways that modern people are being misled. But you must still rely upon the simple truth of God, and that will give you the common sense you need to understand when you're being lied to. Many of the lies are incredibly elaborate. Many of the lies, actually, it's impossible to understand the truth that's involved. Many countries use propaganda, lies. They tell it to their people for years, and the people don't hear anything else, so they understand that it might be the truth, and they believe. But lies are always based on a weak foundation. When they're based on a foundation of faith, they're based on truth, because truth is what brings you the faith in God. You know the truth. You know He exists. You know that God will do all that He can to try to guide you. But God is not going to stop free will. You hear this all the time. If you choose to draw away from God, then He will allow you to do it because He wants to know what's in your heart. If it's in your heart that you want to draw away from God and do evil, He will not stop you. But He will end your life. All lives end, and then you will know the truth. The truth will be told to you when you return. You will hear the ultimate truth of your life, and you will not be able to lie your way out of it. You cannot deceive in heaven. You are a spirit. Your energy. Your soul is an everlasting life. Your soul will make choices in heaven, and your soul will understand what you did wrong. Make it easy on yourself. Do what's right. Use your common sense. Follow the words of God. Bring others to Him. Speak the words. That's what we did. We were punished for it. We were persecuted. Many were killed. We were martyred, heads cut off, tortured. But we knew that this was what we were sent back to do. We had the honor of being with Jesus, and that honor was something that we had to cherish in our hearts and be willing to sacrifice our lives for. You have the ability to hear these words that we're speaking. I think I might have surprised you with how forceful I'm being today, but it is a time that humans have got to wake up. They've got to listen, and they've got to build the foundation of faith, because that is the only thing that will save humanity. If the vast majority of people believe in evil and believe in violence and killing and destroying, then humans are going to cease to exist on this earth. There have been many cultures in the past that have drawn away from God. Every culture that has ever been created by God has been talked to and led by the Holy Spirits. Every civilization has had the opportunity to succeed, but success for all civilizations rests on your faith, on your belief in God. When people in other civilizations have drawn away from God, they have created their own grave. They have created an actuality, a reality that will end that culture. Today, there are so many of you out there that are beautiful, wonderful people, and you're trying so hard. We want to reward you by allowing humans to enjoy all of the benefits that increased knowledge can bring them. But increased knowledge brings danger. It brings more powerful weapons. It brings more ways to lie to people, to use propaganda to mislead them. Use the powers that God gives you to build the foundation of faith for everyone. That foundation begins with the young. Teach the young about God. Let the young build on shakable foundations. that they can build their lives. Peers will try to lead them away. Educators who are the fools of the world will try to tell them that God does not exist. They take the words of God out of the schools. They do everything they can to destroy the young. That's the key. If they can destroy the young, they will destroy humans. You must build faith in the young people. Bring them into churches. Teach them. Take them to summer camps. Be a mentor to them. Make sure that they can stand on their own 2 feet as they increase in their age. Make sure that they are associating with peers that will not mislead them. The young are the key to whether humans exist or not. But you are the key into whether you can build a foundation in those youth that will lead them to be people that love God, that follow him, that know Jesus, know the true joy, know the absolute joy that comes with believing in God. So there's many ways that you can help. Spread the words, help the young. I want to thank you. I guess I got a little wound up today. But time is critical. If you do not reach the young, you will know the disaster that other civilizations have known. So that's the key. But you are all incredible people that are watching. I know that God is blessing all of you. I know that he is listening today. And I know he is with all of you who listen. So thank you so much for allowing me to speak once more. I always enjoy it. And hopefully Barry will invite me to come back once more. Bless all of you and have a wonderful week believing in God. Goodbye. Whoa, how would you like to have him collecting your taxes? Oh, that was some energy today, folks. Thank you so much for listening. Please try to tell others about our messages. They're so vital, so important. We do the best we can. Connie and I try. We try every day of our lives. And I guess that's what we're supposed to be doing. Thank you all. Connie and I have the greatest respect for all of you and love. Goodbye, and we will be back again next week. Thank you so much.